r/AskReddit by Redmond ETS. What's something you can't tell your partner, for fear of upsetting them? The first piece of jewelry I bought my wife was a necklace. We went on holiday and she lost it. I said I would replace it, but it wasn't the same. She was upset that she'd lost it for sentimental reasons. I emailed the hotel and of course they hadn't found it. So I bought a replacement and told my wife they found it. Not me, but my parents. If my mom wants to hide literally anything from my dad, no matter what it is, she just puts it somewhere where he would have to bend over to see it. Doesn't matter if it's something like a package of Oreos. If my dad has to bend over to find it, he's never going to find it. I've tested it with my own snacks when I was still living with them to confirm it works. He'd be mad if he knew how many snacks we'd hidden from him simply because he doesn't bend over low enough to see it in the cabinet. My wife has a beautiful heart. I jokingly call her a Disney princess because any animal that she comes across she has to talk to and greet. She has cried by seeing a dead raccoon on the side of the road before. At the time, I was working day shift and she was working a swing shift. I had a busy day, but I saw she sent me some pictures of a young doe that was eating in our front yard. She seemed thrilled. I came home and saw the same deer. Dead. On my goddamned porch. I felt like I started to hear the first 48 theme playing as I realized I have 6 hours to get rid of this thing before my wife gets home and her world is shattered. I call my local city authorities thinking they wouldn't want a dead animal in the middle of town. Turns out, they couldn't care less. I called some local raptor shelters to see if they could take a stat donation, but it turns out the dead deer business is booming and they didn't have a need for donations at this time, especially in the next 6 hours. Frustrated, I call my dad to vent and get advice on what to do. His response is only, "Hold on bud, I'll be there in 15 minutes. I go back inside to take care of the dogs and within the next 15 minutes I see me dad back his huge truck into my backyard, has the tailgate down and is knocking on my door with a pair of nitrile gloves on and another pair in hand for me. It was starting to get dark out, but we had that thing loaded up and found a special place to dispose it. We made it back with 20 minutes to spare before my wife got home. I haven't told my wife because I think it would either break her heart or creep her out at how efficiently my dad can dump a body. Anyway, Whiffy thinks her dear friend is alive and well, and totally not at the bottom of a ravine. Your dad is Mr. Wolf from Pulp Fiction. I wanted my husband to quit wearing denim shorts because they made him look old. He had gained a bit of weight, so I kept buying his jorts in his old size 34 and I bought khaki shorts in a 38. He will never read a label for any reason. He would put on the jorts and then lay on the bed and lift and spread his legs to stretch out the shorts a bit. He blew out the back seam of 2 pairs in the same day, then ended up putting on the khaki shorts. Since then, almost 20 years, he has insisted that khaki shorts are made better and fit more comfortably than denim shorts of the same size. His favorite dip is like 80% mayo. He has a terrible aversion to mayo. His mom has made it when he's not been around his whole life, and now I continue the charade. It's a really good dip. That she is way more like her mom and sisters than she likes to think. Yeah, keep that to yourself. I don't know if I could bounce back from that if my partner told me the same thing. The remote didn't disappear. I accidentally put it through the washing machine and destroyed it and threw it out in a panic. I daydream or wonder what it would be like to live completely alone. How I wouldn't have to compromise. It was me who cooked with oil and didn't clean the spatters off the stovetop. Not a cat. I only put spiders outside when she sees them. If they're only noticed by me, I let them continue hunting bugs, sometimes with a few soft words of encouragement. You're doing a great job, little guy. She is using words incorrectly. She has a half dozen she routinely misuses and does not want to hear it. Example, the middle of the road is the median, not the medium. Drives me insane. I hate your mom and I'm a little afraid you're going to turn into her, both physically and personality wise. Especially since your dad keeps talking about how you have your mom's whole face and personality from back when they first got together. I would like to go somewhere and be alone for a few weeks. I love them so much, but I have never been on my own in my life and I would like to try it for a minute. We're an older couple. If you don't get your fat ass out of that chair and get some exercise, that's where you're going to die. Ironically, my grandparents started talking to each other like that more and more as they got older. Yes, physically your brother is hotter, but your personality puts you over the top. I am very worried about my future, particularly financial security, because we currently live together with his elderly father. I adore them both, but he is sick and may not live more than another 5 years, and his dad is quite old. It seems more likely than not that within just several short years, there's a good chance they could both be gone and I could be entirely alone. I know he knows this as well as I do, but the idea of verbalizing it makes me feel ill, because it feels selfish to worry about it now. But I don't really think it is selfish. I think it's real and I need to be planning for it. No, that's not selfish. It's actually unselfish to worry and smart to want to plan. Maybe start by talking to an estate planning lawyer on wills, powers of attorney, trusts to set up to kind of ease the stress. I love sleeping next to my girl, but I sometimes wish we had separate beds. I miss sprawling out and sleeping on an angle. I don't like your new haircut and it has made me marginally less attracted to you. This is such a common thing and I have no idea if you should be honest or not. Tell them they'd look good with anything, but you really thought the previous haircut, or whichever you liked, was the most flattering. My mom is fond of saying, "Well sweetie, you look good in spite of it." Not only is it not flattering, it's almost like you got it so you could say, "I'm so pretty I can look good in spite of these bangs or this dress." Always amused us, never hurt our feelings. Your best friend grabbed my ass. I let it go because he was so drunk he passed out in his own vomit. He either doesn't remember or is acting like he doesn't remember. And I can live with that. I'm going to disagree with everyone else and say there's no need to ruin their friendship, assuming his friend really has been behaving appropriately since then. That parenting isn't a contest to see who can stress out over the kids more. I've been having suicidal thoughts for the last year or so. Edit. Wow. Thank you everyone for the support and kind words. I actually have my first therapy appointment tomorrow afternoon. Due to some medical bills this year, I hit my out of pocket on my insurance, so thought I should give it a try since I won't be paying anything. Yeah, America. Every bad thing that happens doesn't require someone to be blamed for it. And that someone doesn't always have to be me. I've been wanting to share this, but I'm worried it might upset my partner. Sometimes, I feel like we don't spend enough quality time together, and I miss the deep connections we used to have. I am tired in my soul. I carry the mental load, do 99% of the domestic chores, do the meal planning, grocery shopping, and cooking. I'm the breadwinner and also the one responsible for our finances. I'm tired in my heart and soul. You agree when we talk about our future, but there's no execution on your end. You see my frustrations and you think it's PPD, but it's you, not the kiddos. I've been doing the therapy in the Zoloft. Why aren't you? That I hate seeing her on her mobile phone scrolling through mindless videos of people doing dumb shit while she's got company. You're a slob, and part of the reason this relationship hasn't moved forward is because I can't see myself moving in with you until you change. This a conversation that you need to have, or the relationship will stagnate and die. Maybe a little gentler than stated here, but yeah. That sounds like a relationship that either needs more open communication or should be ended. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.